In October 2024, we finally had the opportunity to dive on a new wreck in the North Sea. It lies 40 kilometers north of Norderney and can only be reached in calm seas. Back in 1985, the wreck had already been examined by authorities and professional divers who believed it to be an unidentified submarine. This made us all the more eager to finally see this mysterious wreck for ourselves. We descended, and suddenly, at a depth of 35 meters, it appeared in the glow of our dive lights. We needed a moment to get our bearings, as the wreck was lying on its side in this area. It quickly became clear that we were obviously at the stern, as the two propellers were unmistakable. Dirk and Wilfried secured a measuring tape to determine the ship's length, while Holger took photographs for a later digital reconstruction of the wreck. We followed the propeller shaft. Near the engine room, the hull was already missing, making the machinery freely accessible. We came upon two steam engines, which made it immediately clear that this could not possibly be a submarine, as submarines were powered by diesel and batteries. A massive boiler lay upside down on the sandy seabed. In large sections, the ship was broken apart and lying keel up. The measurement of the ship revealed a length of over 70 meters. In the days and weeks following this dive, we pieced together thousands of photos to create a digital model. Now, we could begin our research. The unusual design, with the two steam engines aft, quickly led us to the right track. We had discovered the wreck of the freighter Lotte Halm, which sank in the North Sea during World War II. In an archive in Hamburg, we finally found the testimony of the captain, who survived the sinking and described it as follows.
On August 13, 1941, we were heading west with a cargo of timber. At 6:45 p.m., we sighted 4 enemy aircraft approaching us at low altitude. When they came within range, we opened fire with our 2 machine guns. At the same time, the first enemy bullets struck the bridge. We were hit full on by the bombs of the aircraft during their pass, as at that very moment the entire midship structures burst apart and immediately caught fire. After freeing myself from the wreckage of the wheelhouse, I immediately went below deck to help the cook, but I soon discovered that she had already perished in the flames. I then hurried to the lifeboat and lowered it into the water. Meanwhile, all surviving crew members arrived. Under the most challenging conditions, we managed to get all the wounded and uninjured into the boat and moved to a safe distance. Until the very last moment, we could still hear explosions from the ship. 4 members of our crew lost their lives in the terrible attack. After about an hour, we were rescued by a Norwegian freighter. We dressed the wounds of the injured and were taken to a naval hospital in Borkum.
That very night, the Kriegsmarine rushed to the burning ship. With 2 warships and a tugboat, they spent the entire following day trying to salvage it. However, the ship was buoyed by its cargo of timber, and due to the weather, they were unable to tow the blazing vessel. As a result, it was anchored for the night. The next day, only a floating mast with a cargo boom was found. 4 minesweepers searched for the wreck with sonar for 5 days. Lotte Halm had sunk unnoticed and lay waiting for 83 years to be discovered and identified by us. In doing so, we were able to solve the mystery of the supposed submarine in the North Sea.